And we are on air. Hi guys, my name is Brianna, and today I'm going to be talking about why I love Dear Evan Hansen. So let's get right into the video. Okay, first of all, I wanted to say that this video will contain spoilers, so you have been warned. Alright, so I went to see Dear Evan Hansen for my birthday. Well, my birthday hasn't come yet, but it was an early birthday present. Before I went to see the musical, I had listened to the soundtrack, and I thought I had a good idea of what the story was, and I thought I really understood it. So I recently made a video, well, not recently, a little while ago, I made a video called My Favorite Musicals, and in it I said a lot of things about the reason I loved Dear Evan Hansen. But a lot of the things I said in that were actually not true about the musical, and I just assumed based on the music. And I was very surprised when I saw the musical and how different it was from what I thought. So I'm making an updated version on why I love it, because I still love it, and it was so amazing and like better than I could have ever expected. But it's very different, and I love it for many different reasons now. So I wanted to make a new video. Okay, first of all, I, from listening to the soundtrack, thought that Connor and Evan were friends, and that it was about their friendship, and then obviously Connor dies, and Evan makes this thing called the Connor Project in memory of his friend. But that's not happened at all. In fact, Connor and Evan weren't friends at all. Like, that's so crazy to me. So that just really shows like how much a storyline you can get messed up with just from listening to the soundtrack. Like, it's so different. I look at every single song so differently now. So one of the best things about it was the acting. It was so good. I did not see it when Ben Platt was there, but I am going to try and meet Ben Platt by going to the stage door another night when Ben is performing. However, the other actor who played Evan was so good. So good. His tears looked so real. Like, so real. He was not only just crying, he was sobbing his eyes out, drooling, dripping down his face, all kinds of liquids, and I could see it dripping onto the floor, and like, it was so emotional, and it made me cry so much, like, seeing that, and like, oh, he's just such a good actor. It was so amazing. Then, another reason I thought it was so amazing was because I thought it really showed how you could have a good life and still suffer mentally. Like, Connor's family was like the perfect family for Evan, and it helped him like with his mental problems. But obviously when they find out he was lying, he loses that. But like for Connor, it didn't help him. Having this perfect family, this perfect life, didn't help him, and he still struggled. So it shows how like different situations can be different for different people, and how no matter how perfect someone's life looks, they can still struggle so much. I really liked the dynamics between Evan and his mom. It showed the struggle of having a relationship with your parents. Like, how she was mad at him, but then later on it shows that he should have spoken to her and told her things. But at the same time, she should have noticed because she's his mother, and she should have been on top of things. So it shows how it goes like both ways, and both people in the relationship need to really like try connecting with each other in order for it to work. And like, it really just shows like how difficult that relationship can be. And I just like that a lot. Another thing you don't really get from listening to the music is like the relationship with Jared. Like, you don't hear him much in the soundtrack. You hear him in 2 songs. You hear him in Sincerely Me and Good For You. But it doesn't really let in on how much Evan was close with him. Jared was Evan's only friend. And you don't really get that from listening to the soundtrack. You don't get how meaningful he is in the soundtrack. And then he's singing in Good For You, and you don't really understand why. You don't understand how he could have been betrayed until you see the musical. And I think it's really overlooked, that one character, and I think it means a lot to see that one guy, that friend you had who you didn't think cared about you that much, but then it turns out you're their only friend, and how important Evan was to Jared. So relationships that you don't realize are important can be so important, and I thought it was so amazing. I also like Dear Evan Hansen because I think it helps a lot with the stigma for mental illness, and it just spreads a lot of awareness, and can help a lot of older people realize the things that, like, their ideals can be wrong, because we grow as a community, as a society, as time goes on, and we learn that people should be treated differently than we treat them. And I think that's so amazing that it can teach people new things. I cried a lot when I saw the musical, and I think that's an amazing thing. It can really play with your emotions, and you can connect to it in so many ways, no matter who you are as a person. And I think that really shows, like, how amazing it is. Now, I could sit here and say like a million more things, but it would get really personal really quick, and I'm not quite ready to share that with my audience yet. So I think that's going to be it for today's video. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you get the chance to see Dear Evan Hansen at some point. Happy VEDO, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Mwah.